Hello folks and welcome to SnowRunner. As idiots riding up and down the road on motorcycles. No helmet, no protective gear, riding it like he's crazy. Alright, so I have a couple of tasks set up for us today. And the first one we're going to do, after the moron goes by again, is the fallen power lines. So for the fallen power lines, I'm going to need one metal and 2 cinder blocks. And actually I can get metal over here too, so I went ahead and got the cinder blocks and the metal and brought them back to the garage. The next one we're going to do is the drowned highway truck. And I already have the Chevy sitting over here ready to go in and pull this vehicle out and bring it over here. And then we have the International Scout, and it's going to go over here and attempt to pull out this drowned scout truck. So we're going to see how all this goes. So let's go ahead and begin. I went over and I picked up this load, and when I was coming back, there were no rocks in the road. It was a lot of mud. I wasn't going very fast, but sorry, look out the window. It's a different idiot on the same motorcycle. Anyway, I was coming down that muddy road and I wasn't going very fast. And all of a sudden, the trailer just flipped over. I don't know what it hit. I was pulling it along just like this, and it just rolled over, took the truck with it. I lost both loads and ended up pulling the trailer for a good bit to get to a place to get it flip back over. And then had to load the loads in the truck here and bring them down the concrete, put them in the trailer, and then go back for the steel. But it happened right before I got to the garage. Wasn't too happy about that. And it took a little extra time. Gave me a little extra practice with the crane. So all in all, it's still better than working. Now our down power line will be up here where the road splits, and we still have a little bit to get there. And boy, do I miss my Western Star. I was so tempted to just go ahead over to the Smithville Dam, unlock all of the upgrades, unlock all the watchtowers, get the Western Star, and bring it back so it can do these missions. And I am going to try to hold back on that, because I know this truck can do all of the missions. I have done all of the missions on this map with this truck in conjunction with the trucks that I was issued on this map, or that I found on the map. So I know it can be done. It would just be so much easier with the Western Star. Alright, so show our task. I'm going to accept it, start my tracking, get out of it, cargo management. And we have 220 rating points and $1,550 added to our bank account. And I'm going to go up this way so I can get rid of this grate area. And I'm almost out of gas. So I need some go-go juice. Once I get up here, get fueled up, then we will move on to our next mission. And if we have time, we will try to do the rock slide that leads to Smithville Dam. So the road going up here isn't too bad. Should have no issues getting up here. And one road goes down to the farm. The other road goes around this way to the outskirts of the farm. And then you have still another road that runs over to our garage area. I did do a little bit of exploring off camera. There's some massive gray areas still on the map that even once you do all the missions, you actually don't go that way for any of the missions. And one in particular I'll show you here in a moment. And we'll pull this out of here. So if we look at the map, you have this big old gray area over in here. And you never actually, there were no missions to go up in there. So when I came up here and I did the mission here in the last episode, I went ahead and went down this way and made it all the way over to here. Before I ran, no, actually I made it up higher than that. Maybe up to here before I actually ran out of gas. So at some point I am going to go up here and explore this. I have not seen anything about hidden upgrades or hidden vehicles or something like that. So one other point. Out that. Nope. There we go. So right now I found 5 out of 8 trucks. When I get toward the end of doing all this, it's going to say 8 out of 10 trucks. And I don't know why it says that. It says I'm missing 2 trucks, but I've watched other playthroughs and I've watched stuff on YouTube where people said, I'll show you where all of the trucks are. So I tried to do a little research. There's not a lot out there about it. I did find one YouTube or one person on the internet that said they figured out how to do that, and it's you've got to go in co-op mode and then go to where all the vehicles are discovered again, and it fixes it and says that you have 10 out of 10. But until you do that, you're not going to get 100% complete on the Michigan maps. So I think I agree with somebody that made a comment about it. Said they'll just wait till the bug gets fixed, as opposed to going on co-op and just running around looking for trucks they've already got. Alright, so our next mission is with the Chevy. So we're going to go down here to the Chevy, and right out there is a GMC. And we're going to have to tow that from where it is marooned over here to the farm. So it's not that far to go, but it is really muddy. And I have watched some people on YouTube do this. and they use the con, which is the scout vehicle you get if you have the season pass, and you automatically get that in your garage so that you can buy it. But I don't want to use those type of vehicles. Not yet. I'd like to get it, and I will get season pass. But right now I want to complete it with the vehicles that the game gives me. Okay, so show the task. Accept it. Start tracking. And don't want to stay in one place too long on this. So normally when I've done this, I've went around, but I've had mud tires. So what I'm going to try to do is try to tow it straight back out of here. I don't know if it can make that turn or not, but I'm going to give it a shot. Come on, you can make it. Alright, so I can make that turn. And I don't have mud tires. First time I did this mission and playthrough that for some reason got jacked up. I actually went up into the tree line there and tried to go around. And that was a major mistake. Okay, so let's go to the lower gear. Nope, I think I'm pretty well stuck here. So I'll move up. To the limits of my winch. And then go and winch it. And I should not make... I did change the winch out. I do not have the autonomous winch on here because I wanted the pulling power. Hopefully it doesn't get caught on that tree. It won't, so... Still making progress. And it is still behind me. And with this truck, when you look back, you can actually look out the back window. Nothing to block your view. And I'm going to get out of this mode because there's a grill here. And Lord help me if I try to run over that grill. It will get under the wheels and the back wheels will get off the ground. And I will have to winch myself out. Okay, let's get that truck a little closer. So the first two missions, no problems at all. We'll see how the scout does. If the scout can pull that other truck out, then we may move down to where that stuck trailer is for the gas station and go ahead and get it. Stay off to the left. I'll accept that. And we'll come over here in case the scout needs any help. The two other times that I played this, I used the pickup both times to come out and get this. So with this playthrough, I wanted to make sure that I give the Scout a chance. See what it can do. Slow our wheel speed down a little bit. Oh, that was a deep rut. Okay, and accept it, track it, and then winch it and get out of here before I sink too low in the mud. So the pickup should be running, so that'll help us a little bit. See if I can straddle these ruts. Come on, get up there. There we go. And it just falls down the other side. Have a lot of wheel spin, so slow it down a little bit. Make sure it is still behind me, and it is. Of course, I know it is because I still have the Y button and the B button down there. The diff lock on this is always engaged, so I don't have to worry about turning the differential on, engaging it. Okay, either I hit something or the truck did. Truck did. So let's back it up. And the good thing about this game, when you're towing a vehicle, when the lead vehicle starts reversing, the tow vehicle tries to reverse also. And a big problem with it is I can't jump in that vehicle and turn the four-wheel drive on. Alright, so no big deal. And I believe this corner's ruined anyway, so I'm not that worried about running it over. Alright, I've been promoted. I am now at level 4. And I know exactly what that means. I'm recovering. I'm going to go get the Chevy and recover it also. And take a look at some... it's doing it again. Alright, so it won't let me click on the buttons. Like I said, I don't know if that's a problem with my controller, but my other games I don't have an issue with the controller. I don't know if it's a problem with the Xbox, it is a couple of years old, or if it's a problem with the game. But it's an easy fix. You go back to the main menu and you go back in. And that buzzer you heard is the dryer letting me know my clothes are dry. And I'm sure you know about the rules of laundry. Yes. We can get some good tires now. So I'm at $15,000, so I definitely want those. I'm going to hang on to those. No, actually, yeah, I'm going to hang on to them. And what else can I get? Can't get the extended winch till I hit level 6. And I have not found the engageable because I know that is over on Smithfield Dam. I've already got my V8. So the only other thing that I would like to get for it, and it's over here, frame add-ons, would be the small roof rack, and I need to go up one more level. Reach level 5 and I can get that on there, and I will have an extra half a tank of gas. It is 40 liters that you carry. It's 20 liters per can, and the truck holds 80 liters, so it gives me an extra half tank, and that has come in very handy sometimes. So we'll come over here to the Scout, and I can also, can I upgrade the Scout's wheels? Yes, but only with 35s because I don't have the lift. So 35s will work. Actually, I've run it with 42s and they've worked too. I mean, 31s. 31s give it a little more stability, and the ground clearance is not that far off from the 35s. But I'm going to go ahead and go with 35s. And I don't think there's really nothing else. I mean, I'd go with, change the bumper now. Go with an angled bumper. I guess I can do that. Don't want to change anything on the roof because that will take away the spare parts and the gasoline I have up there. So I did unlock the heavy duty pipe bumper, and it has a skid plate on it, so I like going with this one when I can because it has an extra set of lights. So I'll get rid of that one. And I pretty much ran in my other playthrough. I just left this bumper on it, even though I did unlock this bumper. And this bumper is just, I mean, chrome, why? So this is an axle protecting, and I just like this one better. So I ran this one. Can I get my lights yet? What was that? Level 9. Level 9 for the lights up top. But I can't get those. So I'm okay with that. Alright, so let's leave the garage. And we have a trailer to break out. And from past experience, I know that I am going to use a lot of fuel on this, trying to get this trailer out. So we are not going to go alone. Stop the engine and go down to the garage again. And we're going to get the Scout. Now I did hear somebody said you can take the Fleet Star and do it. So I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and take the Fleet Star. It's got a full tank of gas. And I'm going to have to tow the trailer back with the Fleet Star anyway. So let's detach this trailer. And where I'm heading to is right over here. So we'll get the Fleet Star over there first. And I need to take it up the road. This road we've already been on. Come over here and make a left. And then we'll come down here till we reach the swamp. So I have been saving my pennies up, and a little bit out of each paycheck. That is above and beyond what we're putting in savings in case we actually need it because of the pandemic that's going on. But saving a few extra bucks for a racing wheel, because I want to try this game with the steering wheel. Still have to do some more research on it. Walmart has the Ferrari wheel for $99. And I know it's really cheap. And I won't be satisfied with it for very long. But it will give me a taste of it. To see if I even like using the steering wheel without having to spend a lot of money on it. Go into all-wheel drive. So I should have that in a couple of months. Unless something changes and I can pick up some extra hours at work. Rock was messing with the camera. And picking up extra hours is not very likely. Matter of fact, it would have to be, oh shoot, something major would have to happen for me to do that. Because I'm working one of those, I work 1 week and I'm off the next week. And I have 2 co-instructors. And one of them is working the same thing I am. And then the other instructor is working on the week that we are not working. And I'm trying to think. The trailer's right there. You can see it right above the top of the boom. And it is pretty muddy. And I did watch somebody say that you can do it fairly simply with this truck. So I think I'm going to try it. Even though I forgot to upgrade the wheels. Because it wasn't in the garage. But if I get it hung up so bad I can't get it out, I'll just recover it and go with my original plan of using the Chevy. So I know I do want to come through here to start out with, because I want to bring it through the road coming back, but I don't want to tear the road up so bad that I can't make it. Well, that's not a good sign. So let's try this tree. I'm probably going to break it. Yep. So we'll try another tree. Try not to break that one. Give it a little bit and let off. So I get a little bit of momentum here. And I'll show you something else you can do. Yeah, it's sinking pretty good. So I can attach the back to that tree and help push me that little extra bit that I need. So I think it's a little more solid over here. Yeah. So I'll come over here and make my reverse. So I will attach the trailer. Go too far away. Alright, so let's see if we can get out of here. And I want to try to go straight through there. A little bit to... oh. Shoot. Nope, I've already screwed up. Okay. Attach trailer again and winch, because I've got to back it up because I have to accept the mission. Found a stronger tree. Nope. Let's try the other side. Okay, that looks like a pretty strong tree. So we'll attach it there. And I just need to go back a little bit. There we go, show task. And I already had it. Alright. So let's see if we can get this thing going. Attach winch. That's the one I want. Let's try this dead one first. Where's the holdup? Oh, I've got a tree here in front of me. So that little tree is going to stop me from going over it. Let's see if I can, there it goes. So it's gone. And go back to the original tree. And then attach my winch to that one, and that should pull my front end around. It might even get me out of this mess. So the next thing I'm going to do is detach the trailer. See if I can get the truck out and I can winch the trailer. I don't think it was a good idea to try it with this vehicle. Okay, I'm still in forward. I don't know if that limb there will help me out, but I'm going to try it. Sometimes those are pretty strong. So I can go a little bit further before I'm out of winch range. See if we can pull it with the winch for a little bit. So I know I'm on solid ground, or fairly solid. And then I can drive and pull it until I can hook up to it. Alright, see if we can get this thing out of here. Some headlights would be nice. Look for some good ground that doesn't have a lot of tire tracks on it. Yeah, we got this now. I am close enough to big trees to winch out. Okay, so you can do it with the Fleet Star. I think it's a little bit harder to do it than with the Chevy. And it can do it. If I had some better tires on it, it might have done it a little bit easier. And it's a very heavy trailer. I think it's either 7,000 liters or 9,000 liters. So which way are we heading back? That is the way to go back. So we're going to go this way, and then we have an easy road all the way to the fuel station. There's moron number one. I have railroad tracks outside my house, and they like to take ATVs and dirt bikes and jump over the railroad tracks because they're elevated tracks. So the road comes up to the tracks and then goes back down on the other side of the tracks. And a lot of the morons around here think that that's a fun jump. Problem is, a lot of kids on bicycles and people walking and dogs and even people just driving. Because if you're on one side of the tracks, you can't see what's on the other side of the tracks. I was sitting here playing World of Tanks one night, and from my window I can see the tracks very clearly. And I had the windows open, and I kept hearing a thump, 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 thump coming down the road. So I looked over real quick and saw somebody in a Chevy pickup, a 1500 as a matter of fact. And they were just hauling ass down the road with a flat front tire. And when they crossed the railroad tracks, they gave it a little jump. And when they landed right in the side of my, at a Dodge 1500, and skidded all down the side of my truck. So I jump up, grab my shoes on, or put my shoes on, I run down there, and I've actually got a driveway, but my truck is sitting alongside the road. And the idiot had hit my truck and had stopped it in my driveway right in front of the garage. And he was trying to start it, but he had totaled it by then. So I ran down there and had my gun with me. And the guy was so drunk he didn't even know what he was doing or where he was at. But my neighbor had parked behind my truck, and he had smashed into the back of my neighbor's truck and then skidded down the side of mine. So I told him to stay right there. I went and knocked on my neighbor's door, and when I looked around, the guy was walking down the road. So I knew who the guy was. Didn't know his name, but I knew where he was walking to. Called the cops. Cops showed up, and they're like, yeah, well, there's really nothing we can do about it. Then the guy's brother shows up and tells the cops that he wants to report the truck stolen, and he doesn't know who stole it. I know exactly who stole it. Your brother did. And he said he wanted to report it stolen because it had no insurance, no tags, no inspection sticker. The guy that was driving it had no license. All right. So that one is complete, and that's the mission right there that I couldn't get completed in the first playthrough. It wouldn't let me do it, and then it wouldn't let me get fuel from that fuel station anymore. So let's go ahead and just recover this. No, I got a trailer back there I gotta get. I keep forgetting the trailer. So anyway, the guy came close to totaling my Dodge. Pretty much did total my neighbor's truck. No insurance, no license, drunk. And he walked down to his uncle's house. So the cop said he knew who the guy was and he would go check it out. And pretty much the guy that owned the truck, he knew that his brother was driving the truck, because I've seen the truck for weeks with the same guy driving it. So he knew his brother had his truck. He ended up, said all he could pay us was $500. Well, it's better than nothing. Ended up having to sell the truck because it was just way more damaged than I cared to fix. The reason I got the truck was because the body was perfect on it. Yeah, I don't know why I went off on that tangent, but still today that drives me crazy. People doing that, and I see the same guy driving around in another truck. Same guy that hit mine. I know he's drunk. Cops know he's drunk. But neither one of the cops in my little town here will do anything about it. They're content with sitting at the police station and doing whatever they do. Every now and then driving around to make you think that we have actual police officers that do their job. Don't get me wrong, I like cops. I have great respect for them when they do their job. And the two that I have in my little town do not do their job. Well, I should say that. They do parts of their job. My little S10, when I bought it, because I bought it after I got rid of the truck, the Dodge, the guy I bought it off of was nice enough to tell me, because he lived about 30 miles away, and asked him if I could leave the truck there for a few days while I get it legal, get the insurance on it, get tags, and then I come up and get it. And he was like, "Oh, you don't have to do that." He said, "I've got a car trailer." He said, "I'll just haul it to you." Okay. How much would you charge me? He said, "Oh, nothing." He said, "You're buying a truck." He said, "I'll haul it for you." He said, "I'm probably heading that way at some point anyway." So I told him, "Yep, well, if you head this way at some point and you've got the trailer, go ahead and put the truck on it." So a couple of days later, he delivered the truck and just set it next to my house alongside the road. And I was about an hour behind him. I got off work, and in that hour of him dropping the truck off in front of my house and me getting home, there's a big orange sticker on it saying that it was going to be towed away. Not one block over, there are 3 cars sitting along the road. None of them have tags. One of them has weeds growing up through it, and they've never said anything about those. So, yeah, I guess they do their jobs when it suits them. All right, let's look at tires. I can't get them. I could be rank 6 to get my all-terrains. And I will be going with these. They're not any better than these or those, but these say Lord Power on them. So I want these. That's what the Fleet Star will be called after that. The Fleet Star Lord Power. Alright, so we got a little ways to reach that. And we're going to try to get up to level 6 in the next episode. So if you liked the episode, leave a like. If you didn't, let me know why. If you liked it, let me know why. I'm always open for feedback. And I will see you in the next episode. So until then, have a good one.